we are back to Big Dubs Benchwarmer Ball. My name is Mike, and I'm here with my favorite Ravens fan, don't tell Andrew, Max. Max, we have a matchup of two 2-0 teams this week with the Cards and the Niners. How are you feeling about these teams?
The most fake ass 2-0 like ever, but
Hey, you're a great big phony, you know that?
Damn. Okay.
um but no, like not in a bad way. Like I think it'll still be a good game. Just like when one team plays the Saints and the other team plays the Panthers, like it's rough, dude. I lived in
Yeah.
South Carolina for 10 years. I'm allowed to say that the Panthers are terrible. They're horrendous, bro. Like don't you know, it's like a lost cause down there. Like it's people look at the stadium as they drive through North Carolina, they're like, wow, I wonder if that'll have people one day. And then they keep going. It's like it's so like a forgotten thing. So anyway, sorry, not to just smack
No,
talk
all
down.
good. Maybe they'll finally go
But
0500.
look, Bryce Young had a good game last week as far as I'm concerned. 3 tutties for 1 int and like over 300 yards. Like that,
Great comeback.
I don't know. Yeah, like hey, I would like to see them do better. You know, I'm a positive guy. But it was about the team that won, the Cardinals, who I think are definitely gonna have to play up this week. I think Kyler Murray's got to show up. I think James Conner has to maybe remember what to do when he has the football in his hands. I didn't watch all 11 carries, but I'm looking at stats right now. It's 11 for 34. Not great. Obviously, one score. So, like, hey, way to be productive in the red zone. And if that's the guy that they're going to utilize you as, great. But you got to get to the red zone to make that happen. So, that doesn't look awesome. Yeah, I think that they're the people that are going to show up. Hopefully, Trey McBride does good again. We'll talk later. I think
Yeah,
defensively, schematically, San Francisco lines up pretty well for that though. Um,
absolutely.
and then Niners and Niners, bro. They're historic. They're like that. No, no, I'm kidding.
Hey, Kyle Shanahan can make any QB work. I mean, the fact that we have McCorkle,
They
Mac
slot
Jones.
right in. I wasn't a Mac Jones guy. You heard me talk smack to
Oh
our
yeah, I
like
did.
last year all the time, bro. Anything Patriots related, um, no, yeah, it's kind of impressive to me how smooth and how greased all the gears seem over there. Not it's like it's perfect way, just in I was like I thought there would be some more hiccups. I think probably gonna see some more without Kittle. I feel like a lot of those I don't want to say like lesser QBs, just like QBs that are maybe more like less running guys, more pocket passers. Like they're looking for like a tight end, just like a safety valve like that more often. So
Mhm.
I forget the second guy up's name, but he's gonna have to have a big day, and I hope he does. I think that'll be a big a big factor in if they do well or not. Also, though, you have Christian McCaffrey, so I'm like,
That's
you
true.
throw to him. He can really do whatever. I said that out loud, and I was like, is that true though? Maybe not, because he can always just have one of those games where it's like, oh wait, we thought we planned well, and then Christian McCaffrey got 4 touchdowns. Oops. Like, what do
He's
you? I don't
maintaining
really
the passing
know
game.
how to even analyze that and be like, yeah, you should scheme for that. Like, he's an
Yeah,
animal, man.
he one of the best catching backs in the league. I mean, just backs period. And I think probably well, again, you like you said, we'll get to it. The Cardinals offense, Niners defense is probably the most important half of this game. But real quick, talking about this other side of the ball, right? Niners offense into this Cards defense. Injury is a huge conversation with the Cardinals. Three different corners listed as questionable. Will Johnson, Max Melton, and Garrett Williams. Garrett Williams actually just got placed on injured reserve, so he will probably not play, period. So that's already one of their starting corners out. And the other two are questionable. A knee injury for Max Melton is very serious. You don't want to re-injure that. And that's really not a strong part of their defense at all. So
Now it's
they're gonna
gonna be
need,
really bad. Yeah, it's
yeah.
like, oh man.
And if you throw McCaffrey like on an out again, we're gonna need to see how Ricky Pearsall does, with that matchup. We're gonna need to see if McCaffrey, let's say they throw him, I'm probably not slant right in, but like, if they throw him on a wheel on the outside, just to really see how much they can stretch the corner game. I think that's gonna be a big factor on that
Maybe
side.
somebody's
But
calling for a wheel route. It's a
yeah,
wild day.
we'll see. But I think again, like we said, let's talk about Kyler Murray. Hey man, he needs to prove it.
You sound so sad when you say
I
he's
want him to do good. They have so many talented players on this Cardinals offense. Their GM has done phenomenal. I don't know his name right now, but like he's done great in drafting these talented guys. I mean, geez, year after year. You have Trey McBride, James Conner, again, weird game last week, but I think he's a good running back. You have like all these just talented components. Marvin Harrison, please actually do your job. I have you on fantasy, man.
I
But
think that
yeah,
might be a targets thing though too. Sorry,
yeah.
not to cut you off. Like I don't know. I'm not saying that
No.
like they couldn't have looked at him more, but also like I think if I'm not mistaken, he wasn't like given a crazy amount of opportunities. I could be totally wrong, but I don't remember. I can only see how much he caught for right now, with what I have up. But
Yeah. Oh,
I
last week?
don't think he
No.
was given a
Very few
crazy amount of
opportunities.
chances, period. Although I think to your point, like he is gonna have to show up. And part of that is like, hey, somebody's gonna have to recognize that he has to show up and kind
Going off that too, like with the proof for Kyler Murray. Going off that too, like with the proof for Kyler Murray, right? And for like this Cardinals offense, um, he's probably not going to have the same crutch, that he's had in Trey McBride as much this game. I don't know, like Max, like what do you think with that?
Trey's good. Trey's like the nice, like I liked his stats last week. If I remember them being good. That's how I
Sure.
get
I think over 80 yards, right?
something like that. I read about, yeah, 6 for 78. That's really good. That's really good. I like when
Great.
tight ends do well. But when you're like running into what's his name?
Fred Warner.
Fred Warner. I wanted to say Fred Marshall for some reason. I don't know what I'm thinking.
Oh, close
Um,
enough, close enough.
Fred Warner, yeah. And the other scheme right now, but I know the other linebacker too. They're a very formidable duo. Running tight ends across the middle like that. I don't know if that's what you want to do against those two. Like that. On one hand, like I like Trey McBride. I don't like where he's going. So like maybe
Mm,
like use him as like, hey, Niners are definitely looking. They're a smart team. They're definitely watching film. They're probably like, hey, Trey McBride had a good week. We're gonna have to make sure we keep tabs on him. Maybe you play into that. Maybe you do. You put him right in their way, and maybe you draw some doubles on him. Maybe you try and get Marvin Harrison out there. As many one-on-one balls as possible. I don't know what your goal is, how you want to do it. Maybe I know
mm,
you were talking about like maybe it's a run first thing, get James Conner active. Maybe it's a Kyler Murray scramble type stitch. Whatever you got to do to get the ball into, in my opinion, Marvin Harrison's hands, because I just don't think the opportunity is going to be there as much for Trey McBride.
hmm
Uh, do that. Do that. That's what I think, and I think the team's going to look a lot better cohesively if we think of the offense like this. Because right now it looks like a bunch of pieces that like either work or don't work pretty sporadically.
I agree. And, I mean, they say this even in the Madden games, that's always playing, when you get the ball off quick, if you're playing QB, which is what's the best way to mitigate a great pass rush, which the Niners have had a phenomenal one this year. Pass rush has ended the game 2 games in a row now for them. That's getting the ball out quick and that's scheme, right? I mean, again, Harrison has to do his job on the outside, but it's going to be scheme,
Oh yeah.
and creativity. And can they stay on the field? Explosive plays are great, but can they stay on the field long enough to actually tire out this great 49ers defense that we've seen so far this year? Um, and I really don't know if they can. I don't know if we've really seen that creativity from the Cardinals yet. And again, I really want to. I want to buy in. I was a Larry Fitzgerald kid. I want to buy in. Um,
I
so
can
we'll
I can
see,
I can see the energy on your face. Yeah, man.
right?
I don't know.
Oh,
Part
just
of me
those
wants them to
catches.
like show up in this way just because I'm sick of them like letting people down a little bit. But like
I agree.
it's I don't think it's gonna be like easy, and that's even with like a subpar to what we've seen like San Francisco offense to contend with, you know?
Absolutely.
Keep the 2-0. That's not like an insult, just saying like in comparison to past form of the Niners, like this is not like I'm not as scared when you don't have Kittle, you don't have Purdy, you don't have Ayuk, you know what I mean? Like those are 3 to 4 guys that I'm naming right off the bat, when I think about
Absolutely.
the Niners besides McCaffrey. So
Yeah, I mean that's obviously still a question mark too. I think again, it was against the Saints who again are playing better than everyone thought, but are still, towards the lower echelon of teams right now. So, we'll see what they do when they run against probably one of the more middle of the pack defenses, in terms of both like, run game and passing game. But Max, if you had to pick right now, Who would you say to win this game?
Give me the Niners. I don't know if it's gonna be like a wash, like blowout victory. I think maybe it'll be close. I think I do. I could definitely see this game being messy. I could see like a couple turnovers, maybe both sides. Like I don't see this being like the most technically like sound thing, even though like I think on paper both teams should really like clean up for this game. I don't
Mhm.
know if either of them are in a state where they can really do that right now. Um, so give me the Niners though. I think they're more battle tested. I think they're gonna come through.
You got a score?
I don't. I was trying to think of one on the spot,
It's
man, but
hard.
like
It's hard to.
because I'm like, there's so many ways this goes, and I think you're gonna know right at the start where this is gonna be like a shootout, and it's gonna be like 35-28, or whether it's gonna be like oh it's 14-10, or like some weird shit like so. It just depends on how much these offenses shove. I know you said it's a defensive thing. I think it's an offensive thing for me, not in terms of
Mm.
like I know the defense is bad, but for me it's what how much are you going to capitalize on that? Because I know both these teams are like good in the throw. They'll score one or two like a little bit normally, but like is this going to be can you make this an above average game for yourself? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's a great point. And like you said, it's complementary football, right? When both these teams have shown that they have defenses that can do their job. Again, Cards we'll actually see, but especially the Niners, it's taking that next step, in playing winning football. And I want to say I agree with you. I think the 49ers in a close game, I am thinking more of a defensive game until probably the end of the third, fourth quarter. So I'm gonna say 25 to 21. Um, I think field goal is probably going to end up being a very important or a missed extra point might be.
I could definitely see like a field goal game here for sure.
49ers get nervous anytime kicking's brought up. So,
Oh no.
but yeah,
Well, that'll be exciting. That'll be something to keep an eye out for. Does
that's,
that trend continue this year?
I think, I mean, they just changed the rules with the kickers this year, right? Where the kickers are now
Oh
allowed to
yeah, because you're
bring
bringing
in
their
their own
ball now,
balls.
right?
Yeah, we'll
That's
see.
that's for field goals, not just kickoffs.
I think so. I'm not a
Damn,
kicking
dude.
guy, so I can't say I know for sure, but if that is what is or if that is like what's in place, there's no excuses anymore.
Yeah, I would agree. I think I saw something on McAfee where it was like it adds like and I know he's like hyperbolic as shit, but like some in the range of like probably on the low end like 7 or 8 to like upwards of 15 yards, and I'm like that is insane. Like. And I was like, I don't understand that really because you break it in and you're like, football. I can't make a football shape with my hand. I'm not even gonna do that. But you get the gist where it's like football kind of hard, and then you kick it and football go. But if you kind of, I guess it's broken in, you press your foot in and you're like pushing the football into itself, and then it like, almost
Yeah,
like
it can
I don't
explode.
know if that makes sense, but like in my head, that's what happens, and I'm like, that's pretty neat. It's pretty neat. I can't kick for shit though.
I can't even, but I have to say, as someone who got a B minus in physics too, that
Oh,
sounds like it's physics to me. So, yeah, we'll see. I actually think that we'll probably see a record-breaking kick this year. Wouldn't surprise me. But I don't know if it'll be this game. But hey, we'll see how it turns out. Good luck to both teams, and good luck to your team on Monday taking on the Lions.
yes, sir. Much appreciated, man. I feel very good. I I just think it's a fun game either way. I know last time we smacked them in the mouth too, so I know I want to get back. And that's good. It's going to be competitive. I think they got a lot to prove without the coordinators. So and we got a lot to prove defensively, and I think they were an offensively, kind of threatening team when they're at their best. So I want to see a lot of good stuff. You guys, I'm not super worried about.
We'll see.
Uh,
It's division game, right? With the Dolphins, anything's possible. But
yeah,
if the Pats could beat them, I'd like to think we can do it too. And not that this I would ever encourage any of our viewers, to watch sports betting, but I got like some free trials stuff with was it DraftKings or one of them, and some of it is on this game. So
Yeah,
don't let me
I
down,
don't know. We
James,
have
or
to
don't let me down,
gambling.
James Cook.
Gambling is bad for your health and addictive. Do it at your own risk. There we
Here are your
go.
numbers.
I,
Only
I
we have the
think I
money.
think we're covered now. Um,
We're putting the number on the screen.
yeah, I don't know. Do we if we have to? I don't even know how that works. You can't
I
spread
don't know.
misinformation though. I don't know. That's some bullshit. Uh,
Oh my
that's
God.
for people that like get watched and stuff. Yeah, you know.
Exactly.
Uh,
Hey, we're not washed. We're not washed. Awesome. Well, hey, everyone, thank you for watching. We'll come up with next week with you with some more matchups, and soon enough, Max and I might have some extra content related to certain Ravens playoff teams.
coming down the pipeline, man. Some of the best teams. Hopefully, we'll look back through time.
Get your
But
nostalgia in. Until then, Max, thank you for joining.
thank you.
Awesome. And everyone, have a great day. Good luck to your teams. And hey, peace.